yourself to another man fast but made you wait. Don't get stuck asking why not me. It was never about timing. It was never about values or respect. It was about the signal you gave off the moment you walked in the room. And here's the truth. People read you before you even open your mouth. She didn't reject you because you weren't good enough. She rejected you because your energy told her the whole story before your words ever did. And this is bigger than dating. It's how jobs choose you. It's why some people win respect in seconds, while others spend years trying to prove themselves and still get ignored. Today, we're going to talk about how to change that. Not with fake lines, not with tricks, but with presence, power, and energy that makes the world lean in. Part 1. The Silent Test. You've been tested without knowing it. Not by words, not by questions, but by the silent scan that happens the second you walk in. People don't wait. They don't say, let's give them 6 months. And then decide number. In 5 to 10 seconds, they already placed you in a box. The one they crave, the one they use, or the one they forget. And here's the hard truth. You don't climb out of that box by trying harder. You don't buy your way out. You don't text your way out. The decision was made instantly. Now the question is, what box do people keep putting you in? And more importantly, what will you do to shift that energy? Part 2. Why effort isn't enough. Maybe you've been the nice guy, always there, always giving, always waiting, and deep down you think, if I just try harder, one day they'll see my value. But they don't. Because effort without spark doesn't feel like love. It feels like pressure. Think about it. If someone gives you gifts you didn't ask for, calls you every day without space, tells you everything you want to hear. At first you say, wow, that's nice. But soon it feels heavy. It feels like they're not giving. You're being asked to pay with your attention, and people pull away from pressure, not toward it. Part 3. Spark versus safety. Let's talk about attraction. Lust doesn't wait. Passion doesn't plan. If she felt it, she acted. If she didn't, no list of good deeds could make her body change its mind. The same happens in life. Opportunities don't wait. Investors don't wait. Respect doesn't wait. When you walk in with safe, predictable energy, people smile at you. But they don't feel you. And feelings decide everything. A boss won't say, I feel something strong about this guy. Let's hire him immediately. But that's exactly what happens because your energy ignited something beyond logic. Part 4. The twist. This isn't about her. Here's where I flip the script. Stop asking, why didn't she choose me? Start asking, why didn't I choose myself? Because listen, if you keep chasing people who don't see you, it's not about them. It's about you ignoring your own power. You don't need every woman to want you. You don't need every boss to hire you. You don't need every crowd to clap for you. You only need to become so magnetic, so solid, so grounded in who you are that the right ones have no choice but to notice. You are not here to audition. You are the prize. And when you finally carry yourself like it, everything changes. Part 5. The 3 energies. Every man carries one of 3 energies. 1. The desperate energy, always reaching, always proving, always begging to be chosen. People sense it and they pull away. 2. The safe energy, calm, kind, reliable, but forgettable. People appreciate it, but they don't crave it. 3. The magnetic energy, still, present, confident, without noise. This energy makes people lean in. They don't even know why, they just feel it. Which one are you carrying? Be honest, because until you shift that, nothing else will change. Part 6. The Law of Presence. Presence beats performance always. You don't need more lines, more money, more tricks. You need more presence. Presence is when you enter a room without rushing to impress. Presence is when you speak slowly, not because you're shy, but because you're sure. Presence is when you don't chase laughter. You create silence, and in that silence people lean closer. Presence is the law. Without it, your words mean nothing. With it even, silence becomes unforgettable. Part 7. Stop playing small. Let me give you examples. The nice guy pays for dinner, writes long texts, buys flowers. She thanks him, but runs to the man who barely said a word because his energy spoke louder than his wallet. In the workplace, one man shares endless ideas, tries to prove his value every day. Another man speaks once, but the room stops and listens. Why? Not because his words were better, but because his presence carried weight. Life is not fair, but it is predictable. People don't remember what you gave. They remember how you made them feel. Part 8. The shift you must make. You've been told to try harder. I'm telling you to stop. Stop begging. Stop proving. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Become so focused on your mission, your body, your mind, your growth that people feel your energy before you even speak. That's when attraction flips. That's when respect rises. That's when life bends in your favor. Final words. The awakening. This is not about getting her. It's about getting yourself back. The man who waits to be chosen will always suffer. The man who chooses himself becomes the storm. And storms don't chase. Storms attract. Storms transform everything they touch. So from this moment on, stop living as the man who begs for attention. Become the man who doesn't need it. Because the world doesn't follow the loudest man. It follows the man whose silence carries thunder. Now here's my question to you. What energy have you been giving? Off? And more importantly, what energy will you choose from today on? Leave your answer below. Let's build a movement of men who don't chase, but become